I'm Jen Piacenti with Fantasy Alarm. Welcome back to my hot corner, where we look at all things baseball through a fantasy baseball lens. 2 more no-hitters again this week. And in other news, water is wet. Spencer Turnbull no-hit the Mariners this week, and last night Corey Kluber no-hit the Rangers. This is very surprising because it seems to only happen on days that end in Y. Now, does this mean you should go get them? Nah. It means target Seattle, Texas, and Cleveland for your DFS lineups. 2 of them have been versus Seattle, 2 have been versus Texas, and 2 have been versus Cleveland. That's right. So far, we've seen 6 no-hitters in 2021. The season record for no-hitters is 7. It's May 19th. Good job, MLB. Altering the ball so pitchers like Wade Miley can throw a no-hitter while the league batting average can sit at .234. You know, while I'm acting like a grumpy old man, you kids get off my lawn! It seems like a perfect time to talk about Tony LaRussa. Really, Tony? Really? You're gonna punish your young stud for swinging 3-0 when he gets a grapefruit right over the plate? Oh, and then you tacitly give permission for the Twins to throw at your boy the next night? Pretty ballsy for someone who can't read stop signs to put up a stop sign. God forbid he plays by the rules and has a will to win. Haven't we been through this before? Fernando Tatis Jr. and Yerman Mercedes are exactly what we need, since next week we're inevitably going to have 2, maybe 3 no-hitters. Look, Tony, if you want to be the sergeant leading the army in a pointless, outdated MLB culture war, please do us all a favor. Show us your leadership skills. Take your place on the front line. In injury news, my Trout is out for 6 to 8 weeks. Womp womp. So how do you replace him? Well, let's be real. You can't. He's freaking Mike Trout. Ugh. But don't worry, we can make this work. Go right now and check if Willie Calhoun is on the wire. He's only 17% rostered in Yahoo leagues. Calhoun is batting .275 on the year with 2 home runs just this last week, one of which was off Garrett Cole. He's not striking out and should be a good boon for your batting average. And don't worry about eligibility. Calhoun made his 10th start in left field this week, so he should be outfield eligible in all leagues. Avi Garcia is another that should be rostered. His hard hit rate is in the 85th percentile of the league, his average exit velo is in the 82nd, and his slugging is in the 80th. He's also due for positive batting average regression. Avi has 3 home runs and 6 RBI over the last 2 weeks. And in an even deeper league, Josh Naylor is another interesting name. Naylor has 4 home runs, 13 RBI, and a stolen base over the last 2 weeks. He's only 5% rostered on Yahoo. And finally, as a purely power play, you can take a shot on Adam Duvall. Duvall runs hot and cold, and he's gonna tank your batting average, or will he, since averages are at an all-time low. But I digress. When Duvall is on, he's an RBI monster. He's batting .300 with 3 home runs, 12 RBI, and a stolen base over the past 2 weeks. He's 34% rostered on Yahoo. And finally, just another note in case you missed it. It could be time to make sure you have Jonathan VR. Remember, last year VR was going as early as the 4th round because of his power and speed capability. Well, due to injuries to both Michael Conforto and Jeff McNeil, VR is now in an everyday role. Over the last week, he has 3 home runs and a stolen base. If you need speed, I'd scoop him up. For more fantasy baseball insight, including both seasonal and DFS tools, be sure to get the MLB Pro package from Fantasy Alarm today. Use code JEN for 50% off.